Back again with another video. This video is going to be a PSA video. I have a Instagram site that's up and running. I had went to it recently and checked on it. It's up and running. If y'all want to go to it, it's Instagram, Bokor, Rodney, Coleman. Y'all can check it out. Second, there'll be a filter put in place to help me juggle some of these calls. There'll be somebody to intake the calls and to interview the potential clients. Just try to alleviate some of these calls I'm getting, take them off me, and I can start actually dealing one-on-one with clients instead of dropping calls, putting them on hold, waiting for text messages to get back to them. I know that's aggravation for a lot of people. When you hit me up, I put you just text message me, and it may be a couple hours before I get back to you, but people can tell you I do get back to you. Unfortunately, I have to put my consultation fee back up. It's $85 for 30 minutes. I decided to go ahead and use my degree in psychology, because a lot of calls I'm getting, when I get down to the end, it's nothing spiritual. So if when you're talking to the people that's doing the intake, they'll decide if it's something spiritual, or if you know it's not spiritual, just tell them you want a clinical intake, and they'll move you to the section for that. That's $150 for 30 minutes. So I had to do this. Apologize to my subscribers, my viewers, and potential clients and customers. I had to do that. I can't handle the calls that's coming in by myself. I mean, I'm up till 3, 4 in the morning. I'm eating lunch at 1:30 in the morning. They got potential clients that's on hold for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or a whole day before I get back to them. There's times where I have 15 calls on hold and 20, 22 text messages I got to get back to. I had to do that. It's beginning to affect me. I don't want to make any mistakes on any of the work that I do, because then that will hurt the client. So, like I said, I want to apologize that I had to do that, but I had to worry about it. It's beginning to affect my personal life, home, love life, and everything else. I mean, I'm only getting about 2, maybe 2 hours sleep a night. I'm on the phone all night long. So I had to go to that. I said, if y'all want to check the Instagram site out, it's under Bokor, Rodney, Coleman. These are very talented people I have doing this for me. That's going to help me out, and I think it'll be better for the potential clients by doing that. Like I said, I'm on the phone all day long. And the other night when he hit me, I was eating lunch at 1:30 in the morning. I knew something had to be done. So that's how it's going to be. The filter's not in place for right now. Y'all will know when it's in place and up and running. The number that you'll call, you'll be interviewed by someone else, and they'll take the information and decide where to forward the call to me at. Either something spiritual that we can do work with, or, like I said, more and more I'm finding out it's more clinical, if you will, in nature. So I'm willing to handle both. Just tell the people that's doing the intake if you feel it's spiritual or if it's different, and they'll put you in the proper link to get to me. So if you know it's nothing spiritual and all that, go ahead and call, and we'll do an interview. But something had to be done. I mean, I couldn't deal with it no more. It got to the point where I was beginning to make mistakes. Secondly, I want to apologize again. I can't fluctuate my prices anymore. My beginning fee is going to be $500, and then it goes up from that according to what work you want done. I was trying to help people. I know the financial times are hard and everything like that. I mean, I caught myself dropping work all the way up to $150, and I'm beginning to lose on that one. The jars that I use for honey jars and sour jars, they're not giving me that. I have to buy cases of that. Same thing with the candles. I got so busy, I can't hand make my candles only on special jobs. So I'm have to buy in cases of candles. These people are not giving me this. When I ship the packages out, looks more and more, I'm getting called that they've been damaged and coming back to me. I have to pay for that. I have to pay for it to go out the first time. I have to pay for a damaged product package that I didn't damage, and then pay again when it goes back out. So this is a business. I started this on YouTube. I had my customers and clients for years in New Orleans. But when I got on YouTube, it grew. Thank y'all. I mean, keep the calls coming. They're still going to be handled. But money-wise, I was beginning to lose money on deals like that. There's one package that I had to take care of that was damaged by one of the shippers. I had to pay for it to go out. When they called, said it was damaged. I had to pay for it to come back and then go back out again. And this was an overseas package. It got really, really expensive. And I can't turn on a customer and tell them, look, I need some more funds because they damaged the product. It don't work like that. It's not the customer's problem. So I'm sorry to have to do that. I had to put my my consulting fee back up. I also gonna have the consulting fee for psychology. If y'all want to do that, if y'all feel y'all need to talk to someone that's not spiritual, call me up and we'll do an interview. But I had to put the funds back into place and go back up to my original starting price. Like I said, this is a business. This is a child I gave birth to, and I'm not going to let my child die. So again, I want to apologize for having to doing some things. But the filter, the Instagram site, and a few more sites that will be coming up is just to help alleviate some of these calls and the burden off me being one person. Now, the people that you'll be talking to when the filter's up and running, these are spiritual people. The people that you'll be talking to are very talented in their field, so do not be afraid or ashamed to talk to them. Just talk to them like you would me. You know what my response is, my rule is, be honest. Don't hold nothing back, okay? Like I said, these are highly trained people, and they have different walks in spirituality and religions. So they're going to know what you're saying and what can be done, and then channel it onto me. The money-wise, it got to the part where I couldn't keep fluctuating my prices, trying to help people. I understand, you know, I really want to help people. I know times are hard, but I'm getting more and more calls. I'll be on the phone an hour, almost 2 hours, doing the intake, and then when it comes time to give them my price, and I give it to them, well, I can't afford that. I got taken for $2,000, $3,000 by the spiritual workers. I'm sorry that happened. I said that on my very first video. That's all I can do is tell you I'm sorry. I have nothing to do with that. Okay, the only advice I can tell people, you're looking for somebody to do spiritual work, your best answer to that would be go to YouTube. The good people that's out here and got their face plastered on YouTube all the time making videos, not only myself, other people. It's not frauds or anything like that. How are we gonna fraud anybody? Our faces on YouTube, our phone numbers on YouTube, our web accounts on YouTube. You know how to get a hold of us 24/7. So if you're thinking about having spiritual work done, I would start off like that. I mean, everybody shops for prices from flat screen TVs, cars, houses, iPhones, everything else. So there's no difference in this work. Shop around, and the one that you think is the best, then maybe you need to call them up and talk to them. That might weed out some of these fucking lame dicks who's out here taking people's money by the thousands of dollars and not giving any kind of results. I mean, I'm getting tired of hearing about I paid $2,000 this one spiritual worker. They gave me 2 candles and some prayers to say. So, and my clients can tell you when I ship work out to you, if you want to ship to you, you're getting a small altar sent to you, and I have the larger one in my altar room. So basically, that's what I want to cover on this. Again, wants to apologize for things I had to do. Again, for one, my sanity, and 2, my financial stability. I do not want this to go down. Like I said, this is my brainchild, my baby. I gave birth to it. I'm not gonna let my child die. So the work will still be the same. You will be funneled to me one way or the other, and I think it's better that way. That way you're not waiting for another day for me to call, because all I can do is just text message me, because I have to do that a lot. I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 calls on hold already, and I just have to keep backing people up till I get to them. My clients know, my paying clients know, I'll go hold calls and talk to my paying clients. Okay, so that's how it's gonna have to be ran from now on. You will talk to me, but there will be somebody in place that's highly skilled. They'll understand what you're saying, and they'll route you into the right slot if it's spiritual, or if you think it's not spiritual, it's just something clinical that you may have to get off your chest and maybe get some answers for. That'll also be available. Like I said, the consulting fee is for the spiritual side is $85 for 30 minutes and $150 for the other consulting fee for 30 minutes. So don't be ashamed. I mean, we all have issues in life. If you need to talk to someone about a problem that's not spiritual, have them route you into that slot, and it will be taken care of. You will be called, and we will work things out. So I want to just touch bases on that with that part. Just things had to be done to be changed to keep the business running and keep my sanity. Like I said, when I caught myself the other night eating lunch at 1:30 in the morning, I knew something had to be damn done. I mean, I knew that. So just bear with it. It's going to be a smooth system when it's completely up and running. Like I said, the Instagram site is up and running. I think it's Bokor, Rodney, Coleman, if you want to go to it and check it out. That's going to be an ongoing thing. Information will be always put on that constantly. The Facebook page is being worked on. I hadn't touched it in a long time. I'm not really sure if I'll do anything on Facebook. That's up to the people that's handling that side. I gave them all the confidence in the world. I know what they're doing, so I just gave them the carte blanche and tell them to go do it. So I want to make this so if anybody calls up in the next few weeks and a woman answers the phone, that's going to be the filter. She is going to be highly trained. She is highly spiritual. Speak to this lady, and she'll be able to guide you through where you need to go one way or the other. Like I said, if it's not spiritual and you know you have some kind of problems out there, just go ahead and tell them, and it'll be funneled there. I figured after all these years, I keep harping about a master's degree, I need to put it to use. So that's pretty much it on this one. As always, like, share, and subscribe.